The road leading to Blackwood Forest was barely visible under the thick mist that curled around the towering trees. Nathan Carter tightened his grip on the steering wheel, his headlights slicing through the darkness. He had spent years researching the legends surrounding this place, the tales of lost travelers, the voices that called from the trees, and the ones who entered but never left. A journalist with a fascination for the paranormal, Nathan had finally gathered the courage to investigate the eerie rumors himself. His goal was simple: spend the weekend in the heart of the forest, document everything, and, hopefully, debunk the myth once and for all. As he pulled into the clearing where he would set up camp, the wind whistled through the branches, carrying with it a sound that almost resembled a whisper. He shook off the unease creeping up his spine and began unpacking his gear. By the time he had pitched his tent and set up his equipment, the sun had dipped below the horizon, casting an eerie glow over the forest. Nathan clicked on his flashlight and started recording. This is Nathan Carter, documenting my first night in Blackwood Forest. The atmosphere is unsettling but quiet. No signs of anything unusual yet. A rustling sound interrupted him. He turned, aiming his light at the trees, but there was nothing there, just shadows stretching across the forest floor. Shrugging, he continued his recording. Local legends speak of voices that whisper in the night, luring travelers deeper into the woods. According to reports, those who follow the voices are never seen again. As if on cue, a whispering sound brushed against his ears. It was faint, almost indistinguishable from the wind, but it was there. Nathan swallowed hard. I think I just heard something. I'm going to investigate. Following the sound, he ventured deeper into the forest, his flashlight flickering as though struggling against the darkness. The whispers grew clearer, though he couldn't make out the words. Then he saw it, a figure standing among the trees, its silhouette barely visible through the mist. Nathan's breath hitched. "Hello," he called out. The figure didn't move. Heart pounding, he stepped closer, but with every step, the figure seemed to shift, as if the forest itself was rearranging. The whispers intensified, forming an eerie chorus that surrounded him. Nathan gritted his teeth and forced himself forward, determined to uncover the truth. The moment he stepped past the tree line, however, a chilling realization hit him. The ground had changed. The dirt beneath his boots felt soft, almost like flesh. He recoiled, aiming his flashlight downward, and his stomach turned. The earth was pulsing, as if alive. Panicking, he turned to run, but the path behind him had vanished. The trees were no longer familiar, their gnarled branches twisted like skeletal fingers reaching for him. Then the whispers formed words. "Stay. With us." Nathan stumbled backward, his mind racing. He had heard stories about this, travelers losing their way, unable to escape. He needed to get out. Now, clutching his camera, he pushed forward, forcing his way through the thick undergrowth, ignoring the way the forest seemed to resist him. Hours passed, or maybe minutes. It was impossible to tell. The deeper he went, the stronger the whispers became, burrowing into his mind like an intrusive thought. Then the whispers stopped. The silence was worse. Nathan finally burst into a small clearing, his chest heaving. Relief flooded through him as he spotted his tent in the distance. He sprinted towards it, desperate to leave, when suddenly a hand shot out from the darkness, grabbing his wrist. Nathan yelped, yanking himself free. His flashlight beam landed on a woman, her eyes hollow and skin deathly pale. "Don't listen to them," she whispered, her voice raw and urgent. "They won't let you leave." Nathan stumbled back, fear clenching his throat. "Who are you?" "Run!" she cried before vanishing into the darkness. Terror surged through him as he tore through the forest, ignoring the whispers that now screamed his name. His tent was in sight, his car just beyond it. He dove inside, yanking the zipper shut, his breath ragged. The voices outside grew distorted, unnatural. He grabbed his camera, hands shaking as he pressed record. "I'm leaving first thing in the morning," he gasped. "I don't care what I came here for. This place is wrong. If anyone finds this footage—" Something pressed against the tent wall, its shape unmistakably human. But the whispers had stopped. Then a voice, his own, murmured from the other side, "Stay with us." Nathan was never seen again. Months later, a group of hikers found his abandoned tent, the camera still rolling, its battery somehow untouched. The last recording, a single frame of Nathan's wide, terrified eyes staring into the lens, and behind him, the shadow of something grinning.